Before we start, I would like to wish all of you Happy New Year. I hope 2026 has started well for you and a year filled with new opportunities and positive growth. Thank you again for joining with us, spending part of your Saturday, participating in this webinar. In this session, we'll be talking about one of the Malaysia most exciting option for global citizen like you, especially for those who are looking for new lifestyle, greater long-term security, and a gateway to Asia. This is the first webinar of the year, and we are very excited to bring this topic to the table. Malaysia Premium Visa, also known as PVIP 101, the ultimate long-term residency program. The PVIP is designed for individuals and family who want more than just a residency. It's offer the freedom to live in Malaysia, enjoy the world-class lifestyle, access the wide range of opportunity from investment to education, healthcare, and more. So in today's session, we will be covering a few aspects. Number one, how Malaysia Premium Visa offer long-term residency and lifestyle security for international investor and your families, including the application process and requirement. Number two, the comparison of the residency by investment programs globally, which I will share more about the program capital outlay and risks, why Malaysia is the standout program compared to the others. Lastly, I will briefly share about the comparison between Malaysia Premium Visa and Malaysia My Second Home, MM2H. So before we begin, allow me briefly introduce myself. My name is Chimi, and I'm the presenter for today. I'm specialized in residency and citizenship planning for the past 10 years, advising high net worth individuals and families on creating new opportunities abroad. And today, I look forward to guiding you through how Malaysia can open its door for your next chapter. So once again, thank you for joining us, and let's get started. Of course, if you have any question, feel free to type on the chat box below. Our team is always here to answer any question that you might have. And of course, towards the end of the presentation, we are open to Q&A as well. So a background about us. My PR program, Sendran Berhad, is a Malaysia private limited company, and we are the number one appointed authorized agent by the Immigration Department of Malaysia to promote, consult, to process PVIP application. As you can see at the right side of the slide, this is the license as the appointed agent. So before we dive into the details of the program, let's take a moment to get to know Malaysia. I'm sure some of you in this webinar, you have visited Malaysia before, but for those that who are not, of course, I would like to welcome you to come to Malaysia for a short holiday, experience Malaysia, experience Asia. So Malaysia is strategically located in the heart of Southeast Asia, offering an ideal balance of modern infrastructure and natural beauty. Well, with a mid-sized population, is about 34.1 million, and of course, the country enjoy a year-round tropical climax, warm, sunny, and free from natural disaster. What truly sets Malaysia, apart is the cultural diversity. We have Malay, we have Chinese, we have Indians and others living in the same country, and of course, it's a vibrant blend of languages, traditions, festival, and of course, we have a lot of good food. Um, as a Malaysian Chinese myself, I grown up surrounded by this diversity. I can speak multiple languages. I can speak English, Mandarin, Cantonese, Malay. So it's quite common for everyone here to have multilingual talent. So it is part of what makes us our society is so adaptable, especially to foreigners, making Malaysia as their second home. Um, so, of course, if you want to view Asia again, please make a time to come to Malaysia. Now, let's talk about a little bit more what is Malaysia Premium Visa. So Malaysia Premium Visa is a program introduced by the Malaysian government in the year of 2022. I'm sure some of you today, you might or might not heard about this program before because it's a very new program. And this is the one of the program that offer 20 years residency visa, multiple entry to Malaysia, which allow you to live, work, and invest in Malaysia. So of course, there is a lot of flexibility to investor or foreigners staying in Malaysia without worrying overstay, business opportunity, of course, education and healthcare. So if you look at the top popular countries' residence by investment globally available, for some of you who are new to this term, residency by investment is purely mean by a residency that you invest that allowed you to get a residency visa. For example, there are a few countries which is popular option: Malaysia Premium Visa, UAE Golden Visa, Portugal Golden Visa, Greece Golden Visa, Thai Privilege Visa, and Singapore Global Investor Program. And unfortunately, Spain Golden Visa program was closed last year, April 2025. So this is a wide range of comparison across the global residency by investment available. Now, what is so different? Yeah, let's look at the differentiation and comparison of the residency by investment I mentioned earlier. In terms of capital outlay, Malaysia Premium Visa, the minimum investment is approximately US dollar 215,000, and it in the form of capital a refundable fixed deposit, and it gives you 20 years residency visa. While you look at the other countries from Portugal, Greece, UAE, Thailand, and Singapore, the minimum capital outlay that involve is ranging from 500,000 US dollar up to 155 million. For example, Singapore, that you need to set up a single family office, and of course, the duration for the visa, it ranges from 5 years to 10 years and 15 years. And of course, ultimately, Singapore is the most expensive, which will grant you a permanent residence. So if you look at the next next slide that I would like to share a little bit more the capital risk in terms of refundable and non-refundable investment. As I say, Malaysia Premium Visa is one of the visa that you just invest into a fixed deposit in Malaysia bank. And of course, your capital are preserved because that is your own money. And of course, partial of the fixed deposit, you are allowed to withdraw for three purposes: for property purchase, medical expenses, and children's education. If you look at the rest of the program, as I mentioned earlier, so basically your investment are stuck in property or fund investment, and obviously this will incur, some sort of market risk exposure. And of course, you are not allowed to exit anytime you like because it all depends on the investment clause. Now, in terms of the cost of residency quality, I would not emphasize more in terms of why Malaysia offers the highest quality of life for the 20 years residency visa that you are investing, because there's no stay requirement. Of course, in terms of there's no lifestyle obligation, meaning it's not necessary for you to commit to purchase property in Malaysia. And if you look at the comparison from Portugal, Greece, UAE, Thailand, and so on, so the costs involved are you basically are tied up with your investment. For example, Portugal's are 5 years, and you need to make sure that you must meet the stay requirement 7 days a year, and your money basically is stuck in the fund in Portugal. And while Greece, your investment will be into property, and same goes to UAE Golden Visa. Your investment will be a property or investment. And of course, Thailand is basically you are paying for a fee to the government to get a residency to stay in Thailand. So in short, if you look at this, that is why a lot of our clients, after consideration of so many countries, they realize that Malaysia is the cheapest option. Why? Let's look at the next slide. Now, cost per year perspective. as what I shared with you earlier on the Malaysia Premium Visa, the cost of this investment for this residency is in the range of between US dollar 10,000 to 11,000 per year because this is a 20 years residency visa. While you look at the Portugal Golden Visa, because you are investing into fund in Portugal, so it's basically cost you about US dollar 100,000 per year. And Greece, well, it's in the range of 30 to 60,000 per year because it's all depending what kind of property that you are investing. And Thailand, um, again, is depending which category that you are investing from 5 years to 15 years. Therefore, the cost of the investment can be up to 45,000 per year. So, of course, before I move on to the next slide, if you have any question, feel free to type the chat box below. I'm happy to guide you through, and of course, I have my team to answer any question that you might have. Okay, so why PVIP? That is so great for investor like you. Okay, so this is one of the residency visa which offer 20 years residency. All right. So it's a 20 years visa. There is no minimum stay, right? So that's why a lot of our clients love the clause of no minimum stay so that they can manage the stay requirement between multiple country and you can still hold the residency visa in Malaysia. All right. And of course, a lot of clients coming from a cold country and of course they make Malaysia my second home purely because we have warm sunny throughout the year and of course in terms of cost of living is very low in Malaysia. Yeah. And the best thing of this visa is there's no age restriction. Okay. Anyone can apply as long as you were able to meet the requirement for PVIP. You may include your spouse, parents from both sides and children below 25 years old. And this is one of the visa which allow you to work and conduct business. Conduct business meaning you can actually start up your own business. Then it's actually as good as business visa. Okay, so you don't need to worry about applying a separate business visa. Okay. Again, another thing that this is so attractive for residency in Malaysia is because of the attractive tax structure in Malaysia. All right. So Malaysia have a very favorable tax regime. All right, where this is actually very low personal income tax if you compare to the European country like US, country like UK or Australia, no wealth tax, no capital gain tax, no inheritance tax. Yeah, so that is why Malaysia is one of the country that checks all the boxes in terms of the tax benefit. Okay, so what are the prerequisite requirement? For those of you, I'm sure the reason why you dial in today, you are keen to learn about this visa. Let me just walk you through what are the prerequisite requirement. Number one, you need to fulfill a foreign income offshore, meaning there's not income in Malaysia. That's minimum monthly income of 40,000 ringgit. That is approximately 9,500 US dollar, or annual income of 480,000 ringgit. That is approximately 115,000 US dollar. Number two, you have to invest 1 million ringgit. That's about 240,000 US dollar into a local fixed deposit account. Of course, this is after the approval. And number three, that is the requirement to obtain a letter good conduct from your country of the country of residency. So this is the three important prerequisite requirement. Now, the next, of course, I will like to walk you through the journey, how this PVIP visa that we can assist you with. Number one, of course, we have actually separated into two stages. The first stage is document preparation. So is it important for us to understand that you were able to meet the income requirement threshold. This is a mandatory requirement. Either you be fall under monthly income threshold or annual income threshold of 40,000 or 480,000. And this income can be derived from employment income, investment income, dividend, rental income. So talk to us. What if you are interested to get to know more about this visa. And of course, we will walk you through in terms of your income requirement. And of course, there are a few other documents which I'll share in the next slide that is on the preparation, document preparation stage. So once your application approved, then there is the second stage where we need you to come to Malaysia for visa endorsement. Open a bank account for the fund 1 million fixed deposit placement, medical check, and to purchase medical insurance for those that 60 years and below for your family. But of course, if you have international health insurance, it can be done. Just share with us your insurance policy, so we will check for you if your medical insurance are sufficient for this application. Okay, so what in terms of timeline, yeah. So as I said earlier, this is one of the straightforward application to acquire a Malaysia residency. Talk to us for a free consultation. Step one. Step two, once you have already qualified you that you're eligible to apply, sign an engagement agreement with us and make a deposit for a payment. So number three, we will guide you for the application document. So it will take approximately 1 month, depending how fast you can compile all your personal document, and then your application is ready for submission. And it will take approximately 3 months for approval. It could be faster, but of course, we will normally tell our client is approximately 3 months. And once the application is approved, then you're required to pay the remaining balance of the application fees, and then you make a trip to Malaysia, and our team will guide you for the bank account opening, medical check, and medical insurance. Okay, so your visit, normally we will encourage you to stay in Malaysia for approximately a week to complete the entire process. And then your visa will be endorsed at the end of the completion of the three-step earlier. So feel free to ask any question. Of course, every individual will have, different situation. Of course, we will happy to walk you through on that. Okay. Now, in terms of document checklist, this is just a quick guide for you, for those that are curious to find out. So we just need a copy of passport for all the applicant, passport size photo, police clearance certificate from your home country or residence country. Discuss with us how is your situation like, and 3 months or 12 months pay slip. Or your income document. And of course, we also need 3 months and 12 months bank statement, which in line with your income. Employment confirmation letter for those that under employment, recent tax return. And for those that would like to include your dependent into the application, of course, we need marriage certificate if it's applying with your spouse, birth certificate if you are applying along with your children or parents. I hope this is clear. And before I move on, I saw there is some question in the chat box. I will try to answer this later at the end of the presentation. And now, today we have the privilege to invite a special guest speaking with me, the General Manager of My PR Program, Sdn Bhd, Mr. Jason Yap, to share with us on the success of this PVIP visa.
Hi, Timmy.
Hello,
Hi.
thank you, Jason. Thank you for spending your Saturday evening with us to
Yeah.
join. Yeah.
Good evening
Uh,
to everyone, to you who attend this webinar, and thanks for attending.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sure all of you will be excited to hear the voice from the general manager of the company to share more insight of this program. It's not that something that I shared it out, and this is from someone from the general manager of the company. So I would like to ask a couple of questions to Jason, and of course, I hope this will be a meaningful insight for everyone today. So, Jason, can you share with us the PVIP journey of the company since the launch of this program?
Yeah, okay. So to understand where we are today, we have to look back to September 2022, when the Malaysian government officially launched the premium visa program. We were the first and the only agents by the time. And of course, this was a landmark moment, the first investment visa program, one of its kinds in Malaysia, designed specifically for the top tier global investors. So over the last 3 years, we have evolved from a consultancy into the market leader now. And our focus has always been on providing a seamless end-to-end experience, ensuring our clients feel supported from their first inquiry to the moment they receive their approval. I mean, this is as a whole, our company actually started with a small and currently to be the market leader.
Okay, very good. So my PR is the first endorsed licensed agent. Of course, is always the leader. Working with the leader is the best. Okay, so Jason, how many approved applications so far as of 2025?
Okay, since inceptions till until 2025, we are proud to share that we have managed a robust portfolio. Currently, we have like over 300 total applicants moving through the systems, a figure that includes both principal applicants and dependents. And of course, thanks to my teams, and this volume reflects the high level of trust the market has placed in our firms and the ability to manage their applications.
Very excellent. And then what about the approved application under this program as a whole?
So from the immigration data, they shows that there have a total of 600 applicants, including the dependents as well. Yeah.
I see, I see. So basically, my PR contributed half of 50% percentage of the
Yeah.
entire application. Very well. Okay, so do you ever get any application rejected? I'm sure, the applicants will be wonder.
Yeah, of
Y-
course. So when we look at the program as a whole, our approval rate actually remains exceptionally high. We pride ourselves on a very high success ratio because we emphasize through pre-screening. So by ensuring every file is audit ready before it reaches the authorities. And then we maintain a track record that demonstrates both the quality of our clients and the efficiency of our submission process. So this is we are currently like 0% of
Very good.
rejections.
I
Yeah.
can see from the screen you proudly say that you have 100% approval rate. And of course, this 200 application approved, of course, this is not including the dependent. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you
Yeah. Yeah.
mentioned.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. So I mentioned in the earlier timeline, processing timeline in the earlier slide, right? Can you just
Yeah.
tell us the real experience of actually how fast the application can get approval?
Okay, so we often cite a 2 to 3 months window because
Mm,
it's important to understand that why behind that timeline is all applications are vetted by a high-level committee in the immigrations departments and governments, so including the police and some various government departments. So this committee typically meets once every 2 months. Therefore, the real speed of the approval often depends on when your submissions falls in the meeting cycle. So our role here is to ensure your file is like perfectly prepared so it can be clear in the very first committee meeting it attends. Yeah.
I
So in
see.
the real life, I mean we have like applications that approve in 1.5 months. So it really depends on when you submit your applications.
I see. So basically, we can do miracle for those that really want to urgently move to Malaysia.
Uh, we can in some timeline.
Okay. All right. So in reality, did you ever turn down any clients before over these past 3 years?
Yeah, to be honest, yes, we have actually turned down uh some prospective clients So, as a licensed agents, we actually act as the first line of defense for the country's security. So, for instance, that 2 years ago, we identified a prospect providing a forged documentations.
Mm.
So we, of course, will immediately rejected the case, and we have zero tolerance policy for forgery and criminal background. So I mean, we take this responsibility seriously because it's our responsible to protect the integrity of the program to ensure its long-term stability for all our honest and successful applicants.
Yeah, totally agree. I guess the company's reputation is very important as the first licensed agent for the Malaysia Premium Visa.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course, for the audience today, since the general manager of the company is here, if you have any question to ask him that I didn't ask, earlier, then of course feel free to ask him. He of course he's more than happy to answer any question that I missed out, and I would just like to move on to the next question to you. What are the top five nationalities applying
Yeah.
Malaysia Premium Visa?
Yeah, so the top five will be China, Taiwan, Japan, US, UK, and even Korea as well. Yeah,
Wow, okay,
right.
interesting. Yeah, I think China are everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, and are those PVIP client actually moved to Malaysia after
Okay,
approval?
yeah, of course, for this, actually, there are like 50% of our clients are already residing in Malaysia and enjoying the lifestyle and business activities here. So, however, the other 50%, we call it strategic planners. They actually always secure their visa now as a plan B, or for future migration path. So even they are not ready to relocate here yet, it's a good to recommend that to apply now as is why because PVIP there's no minimum stay requirements. So unlike other many uh, residency programs, this PVIP does not require you to spend specific numbers of days in the country. So I think this is a very good points for those people who wants to have a longer plan and future plan as well. And of course, as you as we can see that all the immigration policy worldwide are becoming stricter and more expensive. So what is available today may not be available tomorrow. So securing your approval now actually is locking in your residency in the current terms. So that's why we always advise our clients don't wait for the need to migrate to RISE. Secure the path while the door is wide open.
I totally agree on this statement, Jason,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
every country's residency by investment is either closing or they increase the bar. The
yeah.
investment is getting more and more expensive year
Correct,
by year.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for those the PVIP clients, do you know what are the motivations for those that are
Okay.
moving to Malaysia or applying this program? Maybe you can
I
share a little bit
mm.
insight to our audience, to our participant today.
So we can actually categorize a few. So some of them for businesses. So the business they would like to expand their business here, and of course because this PVIP visas allows you to work and set up business here, and also become a director. So without needing to a separate employment pass. So it is a really perfect hassle-free visa for the entrepreneurs looking for opening a branch here or start up a new business here as well. So the another category will be like family that would like to have their kids to study here. So actually, Malaysia has a really have a lot of world-class international schools. See, like we also offer British and American curricula at a fraction of cost from Hong Kong or Singapore. And then of course another group of people will be like Taiwan and Japan. See, you see, they actually move here because of the tax benefits. So they have this tax structuring here and making a very highly attractive jurisdiction for long-term wealth preservation and legacy planning. So of course they have very high inheritance tax in Taiwan and Japan. So they come here for their tax planning. So for another group, which is our Western clients, like from US or UK, So they are looking for affordable luxury that can be lived in Malaysia, you see. So they can enjoy a high quality of life, world-class healthcare, and the cost of living here is almost like half compared to London or New York, you see. And of course, the tropical paradise here that will lure them in here. Yeah, this is and of course another thing is that Malaysia is also a multilingual uh country, so we speak in Mandarin, speak in English. So this is the reason that they like Malaysia.
Yeah, excellent. I think, of course, every families and individual definitely they have their own intention and motivation to move to Malaysia. And as what Jason mentioned earlier, of all those few points, this is really a true story from sharing from the client themselves. And this is always our curiosity to ask our client why are you choosing Malaysia? Why do you want to move to Malaysia? Yeah. So thank you once again, Jason.
Yeah, thank
Yeah, for
you.
your evening and your insightful, statistic and sharing. And of course, I hope this will be benefit to all the participants today to listen, from you yourself, from the company,
Yeah.
representing the company. Again, I saw there are many questions coming in. I will walk that through towards the end of this presentation. And when we publish this webinar, I do receive a lot of question, from all the participants today, asking various of question, and of course asking another program called Malaysia My Second Home. Allow me to have a quick walkthrough on that. So, Malaysia My Second Home was just relaunched in the mid of June 2024, and the government has introduced three types of categories: silver, gold, and platinum. So, just to let you know, our company, My PR Program Sdn Bhd, we are also a licensed agent for Malaysia My Second Home as well. So, we have both licenses. So in case um, you can you would like to speak to us for this MM2H option or PVIP option, of course, we are happy to guide you through which are the programs that's suitable for you and your family. And if you can look at this slide, the MM2H is with the three types of categories: silver 5 years, gold 15 years, and platinum 20 years. And the minimum application age is 25 and above. So there is a requirement for fixed deposit placement according to the category that you are applying, from 150,000 US dollar to 1 million. And also it is mandatory to purchase property uh, from any state, okay, is from 600,000. So it all depends on which states that you are buying the property, right? But of course, the government guideline is from 600,000 ringgit up to 2 million ringgit if you are choosing platinum category, and there is a stay requirement for 90 days. So bear in mind, silver and gold, you're not allowed to work, you're not allowed to do business, while the platinum category, you can work and do business. So a lot of our clients were confused, or they are not sure whether to choose platinum or PVIP. Let's look at the next slide. I will actually do a quick comparison between both programs, why I highly recommend PVIP compared to Platinum. Now, both programs are 20 years. Yeah, it's actually a 20 years visa. And the PVIP is the only program that you need to show your income requirement. MM2H, you don't have to. So the fixed deposit placement is lesser. PVIP is just 1 million ringgit, while the platinum is US dollar 1 million. So it's like, four times amount of ringgit Malaysia that you need to put under the fixed deposit. And then the property purchase requirement is PVIP, you don't need to commit any property. Platinum, again, the minimum purchase is 2 million ringgit. It can be anywhere in Malaysia. So stay requirement, no for PVIP, and 90 days for platinum. Now, both visa, again, is allowed you to work and invest or conduct business. So So in terms of the flexibility, for those investor, particularly if you are a business owner, so of course it is important for you to choose the right visa for you and your family. Okay, so I will move to the next question Q&A that I saw some of you putting into the chat box. So allow me to read through some of the questions that the participants are asking for this evening. So at least we have everybody for the benefit of everyone that you can maybe hear if I mean hear the question if it's related to you. So the first question is so what if my husband is a main applicant and he passes away? Is this transferable for me and our kids? So for the PVIP, once the main applicant passed away, so the dependent visa will be terminated, unfortunately. So we will suggest you to structure the application, you know, during the time based on case to case basis because you have to meet the minimum requirement of 40,000 or 480,000 income. So what happened 20 years? Okay, so a lot of our clients are concerned what happened after 20 years living in Malaysia if this visa is still exists. So it is renewable for another 20 years based on the current announcement. So the visa are required to pay half of the government fees because the first uh, first fees that you are committed is for the 20 years. So if it's the visa will be renewed for the next 20 years, so basically there will be additional government fees involved. Um, so there is another participant asking, we bought a house in 2018. Can we retrospectively withdraw the fixed deposit? Okay. So this fixed deposit is only allowed for those property that purchased after the PVIP visa. For those property that you bought before, you are not eligible. If you already have 1 million fund in Malaysia bank account, would it count as we will bring in new fund? So, okay. So of course, this is a slightly, in the special case arrangement. As long as you're able to fulfill the PVIP visa, and you already have the fixed deposit with any of the Bank Malaysia, we can always use the fund to pledge for the for the PVIP requirement. So of course we can assist you for that. Um, okay, of course we have the recording link. Someone asking for the recording link for this webinar. And okay, so this is another regular question that we frequently getting for those working in Malaysia under residence pass, talent pass. So you intend to stop working in Malaysia with the current because of the contract expiring. And of course, this is not something new for us. Yeah, we have been assisting many of our expatriate clients based in Malaysia because they love Malaysia so much and they want to continuously stay in Malaysia. And of course, you can apply the PVIP prior to your expiry of your residence pass. Of course, we encourage you to apply earlier, and then we will assist you to transfer your visa to the new PVIP visa as long as you're able to fulfill the requirement for the PVIP. Okay. Then the next question, do we need to legalize the document country and country Malaysia? Yes. So for those that depending what nationality are you, so we will assist you with the document checklist to guide you how you're supposed to get your document legalized and then to be certified by Malaysia Embassy of the respective country. Um, I saw in the internet that you announced the income annual have been revised to 200,000. I think there is no changes all this while. Jeffrey is the person that asking this question. So all this while, this program has been started in 2022. Always the requirement, the annual income requirement is 480,000. That's no 200,000. So it's either you can fulfill 40,000 monthly income or 480,000 annual income. Okay, another question is, do you recognize civil partnership or as opposed to marriage? So, unfortunately, Malaysia does not recognize civil partnership. So if it's a partner, so you have to consider, have to apply two separate application, separately. Yeah. And of course, how much do you charge for the PVIP renewal? So the PVIP renewal is, of course, a fees that it will be renew in the next 5 years or 20 years later. So it's depending on the nationality. It's in the range from 10 to 11,000 ringgit per person. Um, the next question is the crypto stacking income considered in the Malaysian state of proof of income? Okay. Um, Again, this is not a new question to us as well. Unfortunately, crypto stacking income is not considered as Malaysian as your income to qualify under the PVIP. So we can only recognize your income derived from stock, dividend, or interest from your investment. Um, Another interesting question, can we hire domestic helper? You can hire domestic helper as long as of course this question is if you would like to hire more than one, okay? So you can apply one domestic helper, but if you would like to apply more than one domestic helper, then of course it's subject to approval. Okay, next question. If the applicant is staying already working in Malaysia with a monthly income 40,000, will it be qualified? Um, if okay, if the applicant is holding valid employment visa, holding other related visa, then allowed to work in Malaysia. Um, yeah, so if you hold any income abroad and you would like to continue to work in Malaysia under the PVIP visa, you are allowed to work with anyone, any company. Okay, so what is the cost of application for this in your case, one dependent and sorry, four dependent. Of course, for those that really seriously want to look into this application, I would more than happy to take this offline that so that we can prepare a proper quotation for you in terms of the cost breakdown for your family, including the government fees, the visa fees, and our professional fees. Is there any business limitation for someone under PVIP compared to a citizen? Okay, so as a foreigner, depending on the nature of your business, you're allowed to operate certain business in Malaysia for 100% ownership. Of course, we will suggest you, depending what business that you are intend to start in Malaysia. Of course, we are more than happy to introduce you to the company secretary for further advice in terms of the company setup. Okay, so I have lived here for the last 6 years as a taxpayer and have EPF. Can I use my EPF to cover some of the investment? Unfortunately, no, because the income must derive from abroad, in terms of qualifying for this PVIP visa, not income in Malaysia. Um, okay, next question is, I think this is related to the cost of the application. There's also someone asking in terms of the government fees and the 1 million fixed deposit. And of course, he's asking about what are the annual costs. So there is no annual cost per se. So we will charge the visa based on 5 year cycle. So because this visa is a 20 years visa and the government will not issue 20 years visa right away. Again, is depending on your passport validity. And each of the cycle, the government will issue 5 years. Every 5 years, you'll get another 5 years and 5 years and so on. There'll be like four cycle of 5 years. So we won't charge 20 years visa upfront. We will only collect for the first 5 years visa. And subsequently, then, we will collect the next 5 years visa for the next renewal. Okay, next question. Is PVIP holder applicable for PR or citizenship? Unfortunately, under this Malaysia residency program, it is not a program that lead to PR or citizenship. Um, Yeah, this is someone already asked again. I already answered that. If it's a renewable for next 20 years, yes. Can I make this application just for my spouse for now and then add the kids on a couple of years if they decided to join? Okay. Of course, this program is flexible. You can start the application um just for your spouse as long as she can qualify or yourself, and then you can add your dependent at any time. But of course, bear in mind they for the dependent, um, you can only add them until the age of 25. So, of course, please speak to us depending on your family structure, so we will advise you accordingly. Um, okay, there is one interesting question by this participant. I was told that PVIP is not stable to compare to MM2H. Okay, so this,
Jimmy, I would
yes,
like to answer this.
okay, great. We
Yeah,
have our general manager of the company answer this question. Yes.
yeah. So of course, there's a rumor out there that's saying that PVIP is not stable or going to cancel. I would like to emphasize on this that I actually have meetings with the immigrations or the our KDN home ministry. So we actually have a meeting this year, and they are actually having the interest to improve this program. And actually, they also gather all the agents to discuss about how to improve this program and how to get more applicants. So I think this not stable actually is just a rumor out there, which of course MM2H agents are some of the competitors that would like to get more clients. I can say that because of course this is the market out there. So I would like to say again that PVIP actually is very stable since we the program's launch.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jason, for this clarification. I guess it's very important that, the participant today to understand that the PVIP program is endorsed by Immigration Department, while the MM2H is endorsed by Ministry of Tourism. It's actually two separate department altogether. So because of this program is so new in 2022, and of course, as you can see, the growth of the applicants since the start is from 0 to 600. So of course, this is something that the government is, very serious looking at that and to make sure that it is a super stable program. Okay. So there is another participant asking, what happened if I retire? I won't have any monthly income to prove, right? Of course. So when you apply for this application, we just need to see your income at the initial stage of the application. So after the renewal, based on our experience, so there is no requirement to ask for a proof of income for the next renewal. What about Singaporean? What are the pro and cons? Okay, so I'm hearing someone from Singapore. Of course, we have been having, I mean, there is a lot of Singaporean interest recently, applying for this program. Of course, if you come to Malaysia and then you would like to set up your Malaysia as your second home, I suppose, the cost of living and the flexibility in Malaysia is much more easier. Buying a house is cheaper than Singapore. So of course there is a lot of pro rather than cons. The only thing that of course this is not a program for permanent residence and citizenship. Okay. Will the exit permit be needed to travel outside of Malaysia? No, you can just travel as a normal visitor. So because of PVIP, you're holding a special visa that you allow you to travel to Malaysia. In fact, if you come into Malaysia, you can look at the immigration counter. You have actually a special lane rather than queuing up like the rest of the tourists. So there's a special lane under the immigration border that you can just go into the lane to clear your immigration. So while you mentioned PVIP allowed to work, does that require the company that intend to work to have hiring expect prerequisite? Okay. So if you holding this PVIP visa, again, you can work with any of the company without any restriction. So your company does not need to worry about applying for a expat um visa or expat quota for you. As per month income in Malaysia, consider or need foreign income. Okay, I guess I already answered that. So this income must be derived from outside of Malaysia. Okay. Can I include domestic helper? Already on my PVIP application. Yes. If you're already a PVIP applicant, of course, you can always apply for a domestic helper. This is part of the privilege as a PVIP applicant. Returning to the PVIP question, yeah, can I withdraw that and put into fixed deposit? Okay, if again, I think this question is you can withdraw the EPF as long as you are no longer working in Malaysia. So once you withdraw the EPF, of course, you can instruct the money to bank into your account, and then you can of course put into the fixed deposit to qualify for the PVIP. So there's no restriction on that. Okay, so if a PVIP holder retires in Malaysia after a year, can the holder maintain the tax residency? Okay. Again, this is a very technical question in terms of tax. We are not a tax expert. Of course, I would encourage you to speak to the tax advisor in terms of maintaining your tax residency, that depending on what jurisdiction you are from, and of course, your nationality and where is your current tax residence. So um, it is better for you to speak to the tax agent for this tax matter. Okay. There is also another question, I guess, what is our fees mandate like MM2H? Yes. Whoever posed this question, like say, please reach out to me. My contact number is on the screen now. You can scan the QR. That's will direct to my number, or you can email to me at cm@mypvip.com to have a separate discussion on this. We are happy to arrange a free consultation. Again, of course, we're happy to prepare a quotation based on your family structure for the fees that involve for this application. If you would like to include your domestic helper. Okay, so your domestic helper is not counted as dependent because the dependent is referring to your spouse, your children. So domestic helper is just part of the benefit for a PVIP applicant. So it's nothing to do that you need to pay extra fees, like like what you pay for your family. Okay, so I guess yeah. If you have any more question coming, we are still here. It's already 1 hour to our webinar. So I guess I don't want to make everybody stay any longer. So I hope this webinar will be meaningful for all of you. If you would like to really consider Malaysia as a country of your retirement, um, this is the place. This is the country. Okay, any more question? So the government fees, participation fees only has to pay once the approved application. Yeah, so there are few stages. Sorry, technically there's only 3 stages for the payment. So upon signing with us with the engagement, once you are decided to proceed with this application, so we will collect a certain percentage of the agent fees and also 10% of the government fees. That's all. So then once the application approved, then you need to pay the remaining balance. And then the last stage is the fixed deposit where you need to come to Malaysia that we will assist you to open a bank account. Okay. So thank you very much for your time and patience. And of course, we really hope that this webinar is meaningful. And of course, I hope if you like to explore further for this program, please reach out to us, reach out to me, and of course, we will guide you through how you can make this happen. So, on behalf of the company, thank you once again for your time, and we look forward to staying connected. And we, of course, are more than happy to welcome you to Malaysia. Have a wonderful evening, wonderful day. I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.